Hi guys, PD here. I'm off diving for real. So this is like a real ocean rift. I've only ever done diving in virtual reality, so this is going to be a first for me. I'm hoping to take plenty of video, plenty of photos, and it's going to be really interesting to compare a real life diving experience with a virtual reality one. I do know divers who they play like the blue, and they say like the blue's like really realistic, so I'm quite curious today. So come along with me on this amazing journey. I'm in Lanzarote in the Canary Islands. I've been here 2 weeks, and I'll see you in the ocean. Hi guys, this morning I went deep diving for real in real life. I'm now back in virtual reality. I'm going to try and compare real life sensations compared to virtual reality. This is Ocean Rift on the Quest 3. I've heard divers say that being in VR is very similar to the real life. I've done it for real now, so I can actually tell you if that's true or not. So a few things spring to mind. Diving in real life is really scary. It took me about 10 minutes to get used to being under the water. There is a sense of claustrophobia. Now my helmet was like steaming up a little bit. It wasn't steam, it was more like condensation. So it did feel like my FOV was restricted when I did the real life one. Diving in VR underwater is a lot clearer and there's a lot more FOV. You don't have all the goggles steaming up. There's no sensation of buoyancy or weight. Now when you do it for real, you do feel like you're on the moon. And I'm going to try and replicate how deep I was under the water. This is quite close. And there's a turtle. I can see the blockiness of the graphics in the sensation, but I do feel like I'm actually underwater. And when you wear a VR helmet, it also feels like you've got like a scuba mask on. Okay, let me change to the shots. So I'd probably say I went to half the depth of what I can see right now. And we walked up to like a coral reef. The fish look realistic. That looks amazing, that shark. Now lucky for me, there was no sharks when I did it for real. But there were plenty of fish, plenty of shoals. And I'm trying to find the fish that we saw when we did the diving. You're going to see some footage of me diving for real, some photos, some video. Now I was put with another family. So I was on my own, but I was put with another family. You have to be like a group. Apparently the lady's husband or son dropped out, which left a space for me to go in. Like I said, very scary at first. Oh, there's one of the fish. Very similar to the fish we saw. I did have a slight panic attack. The first time you go under the water, they ask you to put the helmet on. The water's up to your chest and you have to kneel down in the water. The diving helmet's very similar to like a diving belt. The bottom of the helmet is open. You have to make sure the helmet's straight as well. Now a few times I nearly fell over and my head was at a weird angle and I got a bit of seawater in my mouth. You're diving for about 30 minutes and after about 10-15 minutes I started to enjoy myself a bit more. I was also wearing sunglasses in the helmet. That's not going to help with my visibility, but the sensation of being underwater is quite scary. It's still a memory I'm never going to forget. Just like VR, it's a memory I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. And I have to say, this is the closest thing, if you've never tried it, an experience like Ocean Rift is the closest you're going to get to be underwater. Now if this had better graphics, more realistic, then this would be perfect. All that's missing is the sensation of walking on the moon, being under the water. It's also really interesting as well because you can feel the pressure difference under the water. Very similar to like being on an aircraft. Hello fish, you have to blow your nose to pop your ears to pressurize yourself. And because the helmets are open, you can put your hand into the helmet. And thinking about it, I should have took my sunglasses off so that I could get a really nice sensation of being under the water. Another sensation you don't get in VR is the you can feel the tides. So in real life you feel the tides, you can feel the pull of the ocean. And today was a really nice day, nice and calm waters. The sun's out, blue sky. Hello there. He looks amazing. You forget just how cool virtual reality is. So I'm moving up to try to give you the impression of how far under the water I was. There's some big fish. Now, being in VR, this feels really deep compared to walking along the beach in real life. Okay, so this is more of a realistic depth. This is what I could see when I did the diving for real. The seabed was below me, and I was about this far away from the top of the ocean as well. Still a very cool experience. It was also really interesting to see the humans swimming above me, and we also had some divers down there as well. Hello Mr. Crab. I'm going to leave you now with some highlights of my real life dive, and it's really interesting for me to be able to experience a dive in real life and then compare it to something like this in VR. And this is really close to what I was experiencing when I did it for real. Like I said, minus all the sensations, this is very close.